Yo, what is up, guys? It is Great Zage, and this is What If Naruto Had Katakuri's Powers, Part 2. You guys loved the first part, and I gotta say, I'm very thankful for the support, but now here I am. So, if you guys want to know what's been happening here, I've been sort of on, it's New Year's, which, oh my god, I forgot to say this. Happy New Year's to you guys. New beginnings, new everything, and finally, more change. Now, I really hope you guys are celebrating your New Year's properly. And, right now, my only New Year's resolution right now, but I don't know if I said that right or not, but please forgive me. But yeah, my only, my New Year's request is that I stop my stuttering when I'm doing what is, which is going to be pretty hard, and to overall become a better person. The only thing that's hard is going to be trying to make good on that. But still, never give up. Now, I hope you guys do enjoy this what if, and pretty much, let's get started.
She gripping that dick like she was a lost star. She party at night like she was a rock star. She singing my song like Bella-dee-da. She calling me daddy, but not a father. Little Billy bit thirsty like big as some water. Could give you the world with the wave of a wand. We Philly, bitch, Cosmo Wanda.
Alright, guys, so let's get started. Now, I do want to make a little bit of a warning. I won't be able to make this a 1-hour video. I apologize for that. But, I'll tell you when I can make it to at least 1 hour. Because, right now, currently, due to circumstances, I won't be able to make it 1 hour. But still, hey, at least you're getting a video. So, yeah. But with that being said, let's begin the what if. So we begin where Team 7 started off, where it's going to be the beginning of the bell test. Kakashi has 2 bells strapped on him, and is now looking at each one of them with judging eyes. However, aware to him, of course, Naruto was also giving him the same observation as he was. Alright. The emo over there, Sasuke Uchiha, I'm pretty sure he's having a bunch of mental problems due to the clan's massacre. However, the real one that I'm more worried about is him, Kakashi would think, looking at Naruto. Now, the reason why Kakashi has been sort of wary about Naruto is because of the fact that the reports that he has seen so far have been wrong, and whenever you get a wrong report, that's obviously a red sign for something. In the report, he was describing a knucklehead, a loud, obnoxious, and annoying brat. However, instead, he has the calm, cool, and collected person right in front of him, and this sort of gets him wary, because anyone with a calm head and everything can be very dangerous. So at this, Kakashi needs to keep an open eye out for Naruto. Alright, well, let's see. I don't really know, but let's find out. Alright, Kakashi would say out loud. At this would cause everyone to pay attention. We are going to be starting the bell test. I have 2 bells strapped onto me, and if you guys can collect these bells, then you guys pass. However, one of you will be getting, be sent back to the academy due to the fact that there's only 2 bells, and only 2 of you will pass. Now, at this will get mixed emotions. Sasuke will become determined. Sakura will become a little wary, but determined as well, thinking that the love will overpower this. However, Naruto, on the other hand, did not even show any reaction at all. Just kept on the same serious face that he had on. Very interesting. He didn't even react to that, thought Kakashi. Well then, everyone, let's begin, said Kakashi. Now at this, as soon as he said begin, 2 members of Team 7 already went off. That would be Sasuke and Sakura. However, instead, Naruto, the last member, actually stayed behind to face Kakashi. You're a weird one, said Kakashi, looking at Naruto. At this, Naruto did not respond at all, only still giving his observations to Kakashi. Let's see, thought Naruto. I could already tell one thing. Even though he's holding that book in his hand, he's not really taking us seriously. However, on the other hand, he still has his guard up. Sort of like, well, what could I expect from a trained Jonin, of course, thought Naruto. Naruto the entire time was only making observations to Kakashi, studying his every movement, the way he thinks, trying to figure him out. And so far, from all the information he can get, he could obviously tell one thing. Currently, on his level, he is no match against Kakashi. Sure, he's been getting new abilities, getting even stronger. However, Kakashi just has too many experience and has too many abilities way above him. And currently, right now, he wouldn't even say that he mastered not even a third Like, not even like 30% of his new power. So right now, he's more focused on trying to keep the observations. Alright. Time to get this through. Naruto. Kakashi Sensei, said Naruto with a serious tone. At this, the Jonin, would actually feel tense a little bit, but then shake it off, thinking like, because the only time he ever felt such a demanding and calm and serious voice was whenever he got an order from the Hokage and it was urgent. That kid, that voice. Huh. Again, not what I was expecting, thought Kakashi. Kakashi Sensei, I could obviously tell this. I'm definitely not on your level. If anything, I'm way below it, as I am currently, said Naruto. At this, Kakashi would just, nod his head. However, right now, in his mind, he'll be thinking something else. Well, I guess he's saying the obvious, but what does he mean currently and yet? Sure, maybe some training and everything, he'll be stronger than me, but still, the way he describes it is as if he's learning something and it's only going to get stronger? What? Now, Kakashi, he was very observant himself. He wasn't, at the same caliber. He was able... Oh, shoot, sorry. I choked up when I was, talking. Sorry. Let me continue on. Now, he was as observant as Naruto, and he was able to tell a few things about people, just like Naruto did, however, a way more advanced version currently. That means, right now. However, said Naruto, now speaking of, the goal of this test was not for me to fight you. In fact, the goal of this test was not even for me to get those bells. At this, Kakashi would just, his one eye would just widen at this. However, he would calmly just go back to normal. So what is the, answer to this test? Said Kakashi. With a cool tone. At this, Naruto just goes ahead and speaks on his mind. The true purpose of this test is teamwork. However, I'm sorry to say this, Kakashi Sensei, but those two over there pointing, nodding his head towards, the bushes, which he could obviously tell where Sakura is, and he would go ahead and, nod his head somewhere else, pointing to a tree where Sasuke was. Those two over there will not, in millions of years, incorporate themselves with me. They despise me beyond all belief. That one, the pink one over there, practically hates me for unknown reasons I could not understand. And the Uchiha, well, I can't really say much about him, but I can say one thing: he is not mentally in the right place, said Naruto. At this, Kakashi was actually baffled by the observation this kid just made, and the fact that even though he describes it, it feels like he already knew about these guys, even though so-called they despise him with every part of their being. I want to know. Well, I guess you're right about that, but still, I want to know. Why do you think that is? Yeah, that makes sense, but why do you think that is? That the answer is that, said Kakashi. Well, pretty simple. Well, one, the most obvious being that there has never been a full three-man team. There's never been that. There's only been a four-man team. So it was obvious that this was just a test to set us against each other and for us to not work as a team. At this, Kakashi can only sigh, thinking, I knew those reports were definitely false, but now this is just guarantees it now. Now this makes me even more worried about you. Tell me, just what the heck are you hiding? Minato Sensei's son. Or should I say Naruto? Thought Kakashi. Well, I guess you sort of figured me out, said Kakashi, now just chuckling. However, he would then turn to him. Well, now, what will you do now, huh? If those two won't work with you, what are you going to do now? Said Kakashi. At this, Naruto was now running through multiple calculations in his head. Now, due to the fact that Naruto, during the week, had just, has improved and has become even better than he originally was. His mind can think more sharply, and during calm situations, he can always come up with different strategies and everything. And due to the fact that he's very observant and able to practically, able to tell things before it even happens, it makes him all the more, smarter and more calculative. At this, he was right now running. What should he do? Sasuke, of anything, the only thing that Naruto really knows 100% sure that will work on him is power. However, that will also, backdraw considering the fact of his superiority complex. The feeling that he needs to make everyone bow down to him because of his status, which again, that annoys Naruto, but he doesn't really show it. Next was Sakura, which was already a no. Even though the old version of him would probably have tried to go ahead and team up with her, this one would not. Considering the fact that Sakura's obsession with Sasuke goes way, way, way too deep, even for him, and this was just too much. Besides, even though he was supposed to start off with a blank slate, it's just the fact of these two's personalities which just don't work together, right? However, he must figure out a way. Well, I can already think of one thing, thought Naruto. Alright, Kakashi. I figured out something, said Naruto, now pulling out the spear on his back, the same one that Katakuri has, actually. I've decided. I am gonna try. However, it's not the way that you think. I already told you that I'm currently not on your level. However, that point of this test, the point that you gave me was just to steal those bells. That, Naruto would say, with the utmost serious face, is something I can definitely do. At this was Kakashi to actually look at him, then chuckle. Well, Naruto. Well, I do think that you're being a little bit too ignorant there. I would like to see what you got. So, go ahead and show me, said Kakashi. At this, Naruto would just nod, and then the next thing you know, in a blink of an eye, Naruto is gone. What? Said Kakashi. Right next to him, you would then see Naruto appear right next to him, already his arm extended, reaching for a bell. At this, Kakashi goes ahead and sidestep as fast as he can, considering the fact that Naruto caught him off guard there. That was not getting speed, said Kakashi. That was easily mid-tuning at best. However, in a blink of an eye, Naruto would once again vanish. However, Kakashi was able to keep track of him, seeing that Naruto now appeared behind him, with his spear in hand, ready to swipe down at Kakashi's neck. Now, Kakashi seeing this will once again duck, considering the slash, shouldn't be that strong, right? However, as soon as the spear goes ahead and goes ahead and passes through Kakashi, it goes ahead and lands to the ground, causing a big air slash to go ahead and cut up a tree in half. What? Said Kakashi, this time in both in his mind and out loud. He sliced up a fucking tree, said Kakashi, completely shocked. This kid's skill was definitely not on the Genin level. Now, on to another scene. Well, a different area. Change scene. Now, deep inside, well, not that deep, but pretty deep inside in the training ground, we see Sakura, Haruno, and Sasuke Uchiha both watching this in awe. How? Thought Sasuke. He couldn't believe this. How did the dead last of the academy, the guy who could never ever beat him, is now going head to head with the Jonin practically, and is doing it so fast? What is he doing? I never even seen him use that weapon. What? How? Why? Why is he so strong? Thought Sasuke. Now in a different bush, you would see Sakura, who's currently right now watching this in awe. That's Naruto? But when did he become so cool? Thought Sakura. She couldn't believe it. This was the same guy that she ridiculed, made fun of, and practically, although she hated to admit it, used to boost her confidence. And now here he was going head to head with the Jonin, and going ahead and proving her wrong on almost everything that she said about him. Back to the fight. Now, Kakashi has to go ahead and dodge Naruto's attack, while Naruto will continue calculating everything in his mind. Alright, I've displayed enough of my abilities, but now it's about time I go ahead and go for the true objective. Now, Naruto, he was not gonna lie. He did want to fight Kakashi. Even though he knew he was not on this level, he did want to fight him. However, right now, he needs to focus on the bells and, already showing a small glimpse of his strength. He already knew that, if anything, he was definitely way above the Genin standards. Now he was time to go for his true objective. Bro, I cannot talk. Sorry, guys. Now, Kakashi was right now going through everything. Like, his mind was everywhere at the place. How is he doing this? And how strong is he? When he said that he was not on this level, I thought like, oh, it's because he doesn't really know that much jutsus and stuff like that. But this is just different levels. Alright, this kid is not getting. He's tuning for sure. There is no doubt about it. Heck, probably in a couple of years, or heck, maybe even months, he could be joning already. This just baffled Kakashi to no extent. At this, Naruto will go ahead and begin to charge up chakra. So Naruto, for the week, he was actually learning about something that really interested him at first. It was a way to enhance your strength with chakra, something similar to someone named Tsunade Senju. Although not many people could do it as proficiently as her, or heck, no one could do it as good as her, considering the fact that literally she is best known for her tremendous strength as well as her healing, her recovery jutsus and everything, being the best medical nin. So at this, Naruto had been actually practicing with this, as well as growing his own muscles, allowing him to become even stronger. Alright, time to charge up some chakra to the palm of my hand, said Naruto. He goes ahead and does it, while also twirling around the spear at rapid speeds. At this will cause a small little whirlwind to go around, causing Kakashi to begin to be drawn in. What? Oh, you have got to be kidding me, thought Kakashi. Naruto was spinning behind his back over and over again, causing more wind to pick up, causing Kakashi to be dragged. Damn it! Kakashi would go ahead and attach chakra to his feet, causing him to stand his ground. However, the wind was just getting stronger. How? Just what the heck? However, at the very moment, he didn't even begin to realize it, but Naruto already had him. And this is checkmate, thought Naruto. Naruto will go ahead and make his hand be take out his pointing finger and slice down. At this, Kakashi would then see it. An air slash would go ahead and go straight towards the bell. Now, Kakashi, not having any moment to react, was completely shocked and tried to go ahead and reach for the bells in time. However, it will be to no avail, due to the fact that the air slash got there completely first, causing the bells to be cut off from Kakashi. No, he said, trying to reach for it. However, in an instant, Naruto saw it. The bells were free. Kakashi did not touch them yet, and right now Kakashi was already in a difficult position. Now was his moment. At this, Naruto will go ahead and begin to twirl his spear even faster and faster. The whirl will begin to kick up even further, as Naruto will be using as much concentration, strength, chakra, and everything needed for this very moment. As it will begin to go ahead and do that, Kakashi will stop his attempt from reaching for the bells and trying to add more chakra to his feet, trying to make him stand his ground, considering the fact that the whirlwind was actually getting pretty strong, drawing him in. However, he will then look in front of him, only to see that the bells were going straight towards Naruto. Now, as soon as Naruto sees the bell heading towards him, he goes ahead and uses his free hand to grab the bells, which were his right hand. Now, at this, Naruto will then chuckle. Well, Kakashi, it seems like my assignment has been done, said Naruto in a cool, collected tone. At this, the whirlwind will begin to stop, as Naruto's spear will start rotating, allowing him to just grip it on. Now, Naruto, as soon as he does, he'll put the spear behind his back and show Kakashi the two bells, which Kakashi is just looking in shock right now. This kid, just what the heck was that? Thought Kakashi. He couldn't believe this. Even though he was not going his hardest right now, this kid literally took the bells from him. That has never been happened before. And he didn't know what to think right now. This Naruto was definitely a mystery to him. Well, Kakashi-sensei, it seems that I have completed the assignment. Sakura, Sasuke, if you would please come out now, said Naruto in a polite tone. At this, Sasuke and Sakura will both walk out, both of them completely shocked. However, Naruto did notice one thing that made him quite amused in his mind. Even though on the outside Naruto was already beginning to mature, way above than what's needed, Naruto in his mindset is still it's smart and everything, and it's pretty mature, However, he will have sometimes a slip up and, get his goofy moments on. But right now, the thing that was causing Naruto to laugh was Sasuke and Sakura's hair. Both of them were messed pretty badly during the whirlwind the miniature whirlwind that Naruto created. At this, Sakura, who wasn't even caring about her hair at the moment, considering the fact she didn't look in the mirror, thank God, she would be completely in shock. Naruto, the dead last of the academy, went head to head with the Jonin, went ahead and caused such a powerful wind to strike them, to draw them in, and was able to get the bells and outsmart a Jonin. Is it raining in hell right now? Thought Sakura. Sasuke was having different thoughts. Such power. How? How did he get it? Now Sasuke's first conclusion was, the spear. However, he began to take that thought back, considering the fact that it doesn't matter how good a ninja weapon is. Literally, unless you know how to use it, it's not going to be any use. So it must mean that Naruto either one, that spear has abilities and Naruto just learned how to use it, or two, that was all Naruto. And although he hates to admit it, it's all leading towards two. Sasuke, Sakura, here, said Naruto. He will go ahead and pass them the bells, causing both Sasuke and Sakura to go ahead and catch them. But you'll be sent back to the academy, thought Sakura. And right now, in her mind, she really had nothing to say. Not even her, what she called it, inner Sakura, or her inner personality, had anything to say about it. Right now, she would usually be saying, "Yay, Naruto Baka got off the team. That means we get to stay with Sasuke-kun." However, right now, she didn't really know what to say at the moment. Sasuke, he just couldn't believe it. How? How the heck? And why the heck is he even doing this? Why is he going back in the academy? Sasuke would much rather have Sakura go back to the academy than Naruto, considering the fact that Naruto would prove more useful. At this, Naruto would go ahead and sigh. Pretty simple. The reason why I'm doing this, Haruno, said Naruto, causing for some reason Sakura to flinch at the tone that he was speaking. She was not used to this cold, serious version of Naruto. She was not used to it. The reason why I did it was because the main point of this test was not about retrieving the bells. The main point of this test was teamwork. Isn't that right, Kakashi-sensei? Said Naruto. Now Kakashi, watching this whole banter, would just chuckle as he scratched the back of his head. Yeah, Naruto. The whole point of this test was really just teamwork. But then again, I have to say, I'm completely surprised. No one has ever been able to retrieve the bells from me, said Kakashi in utmost seriousness, even though it does look childish the way he's explaining it. At this, Naruto would just close his eyes and just think, well, if you knew about, well, thank God I wasn't really fighting you though, because if you were actually taking me seriously, I would have been mollywopped, thought Naruto. Even though he was actually really proud of his attempt and everything, he knew one thing. If Kakashi was going all out, and it was a fight to the death, heck, it doesn't even need to be a fight to the death. If it was a fight to the death, Naruto would for sure be killed. It was a guarantee, alright? He would have been killed. Now, Naruto would go ahead and scratch the back of his head as he then thinks, right now I'm feeling in the mood for ramen and donuts. Now, that's another thing. Naruto, over the week, has developed a pretty good sweet tooth. However, it's mostly towards donuts. One of the new things that happened in Konoha. It happened about halfway through the week when he realized a small little donut shop, and ever since then he's been going there, as well as, Ichiraku's, in order to eat ramen and donuts as well. So pretty much Naruto has been, I guess, eating good, or he's been eating, alright? So yeah. Well then, Kakashi-sensei, if you don't mind, I would like to be excused, said Naruto. Which Kakashi would just nod. Yeah, you guys passed, alright? Now, if you guys don't excuse me, I have to report to the Hokage. But please, celebrate your victory, said Kakashi. Now, Kakashi was about to, body flicker away. However, he would all be stopped until Sasuke shouts, "You!" said Sasuke, pointing towards Naruto. "Fight me," he would say. Naruto would stop walking and turn towards Sasuke. Sasuke Uchiha, I'm sorry to say this, but as a Korean, I have no reason or no will to fight you at all. At this would just cause Sasuke to enrage. He thinks he's looking down on me. Oh yeah? Tell me, why? Why won't you fight me? He said. Now at this, Naruto would then turn to him in utmost seriousness. He even says, in a completely serious, no joking at all, I'm afraid that you're not on my level. Now at this, it felt like the world just shake. Naruto, the dead last of the academy, said that Sasuke Uchiha, the top of the class, the prodigy apparently, which by the way, I feel like that name should not be getting thrown around a lot. It makes no sense. Like, hello, the last time you called someone a prodigy, didn't he go ahead and slaughter his entire clan? But you know what? It was all due to a certain mission that he had to do, so I guess we just let him be, but still, not the good reason just to be throwing it around. But still, back to the story. Now at this, Sasuke would begin to shake. But no one could see it. No one. Well, Naruto could see it, but no one else could, considering the fact they were also shocked. Sasuke was shaking. Oh, no. He was not shaking because of fear, rage, or excitement, or anything at all. He was just shaking for some reason. He couldn't understand the way he was saying it, the way that Naruto was saying it. It was not being arrogant. It was not being foolish. It was not being anything. It was a simple fact. Now, it was not like how the Hyugas be saying, oh, you're not going to be able to beat us. No. The way that Naruto expressed it, it was as if like he knows that you already know that you're not on his level, and that you know that you're definitely not on his level. Like, it's just guaranteed that if you two were to fight, that he would win. Considering the fact that Naruto already proved his point. He went up against Kakashi. He was able to get the bells. He found out the true meaning of this test. While Sasuke sat in a tree and watched the entire thing go off. At this, Sasuke did not know what to think. However, due to his arrogance and his Uchiha pride, he would let it get the best of him. Oh yeah? Fight me then, and prove to me that I'm not on your level, Naruto, said Sasuke with rage. Now at this, Sakura did not really know what to think at the moment. Even her inner self didn't know what to think. She wanted to go ahead and yell at Naruto for talking like that to her Sasuke. However, on the other hand, Naruto went ahead and beat a Jonin. And this Naruto, compared to the one that was in the academy, was just not the same one that they always used to know. In fact, this one was more, how could I say it? Cool, she would say it. Now, Naruto would just go ahead and sigh as he turns to Kakashi. Kakashi, sensei, I would like for you to observe this match actually, and be the proctor for it. So that way any unnecessary damage oh my god, I cannot talk. Forgive me guys, forgive me. Let me go ahead and say that again. That way unnecessary damage is not caused. Now at this, Kakashi would just nod, considering the fact that he had to be there, although he only sighed. However, then again, this won't give him a good excuse for why he was late. At this, he would begin to laugh, giggle pervertedly at the thought of walking inside there, reading his Ichi in peace, and knowing that everyone else could not go up against him due to the fact of his, what they call, lame excuse. Now at this, Kakashi would go ahead and just nod, going ahead and telling them to distance themselves. At this, Naruto would just stare at, Sasuke, arms crossed, and just looking at him, almost as if looking at his soul. And Sasuke was wavered by this, considering the fact that he's not used to letting someone look at that like him. In fact, he has never been looked like that unless it was his brother. Now this thought just shakes Sasuke. Thinking that, what if, what's gonna happen during this fight? But however, he wouldn't let it get to him. He's an Uchiha. He needs to revive his clan, and he needs to kill that certain man. Sasuke. Now, alright, let's get started with this, said Kakashi. Alright, ready, set, go, said Kakashi. Now, Naruto would not move, and this will in turn cause Sasuke to just grit his teeth. Well, are you gonna attack? So-called show me you're on your level? I guess it was all a lie, said Sasuke. However, his voice wavered. Why isn't he attacking me? Dang it. Fine, I'll go ahead and attack him then, said Sasuke. He rushes at Naruto at top speed. Once again, actually surprising, Kakashi, considering the fact that, his speed was not actually that bad. It was not on Naruto's level for sure, but his speed was, he would call it, mid to high Genin. Naruto's was tuning to mid tuning, but still. Now, Naruto looking at Sasuke would only side. Sasuke would go ahead and try to elbow Naruto in the gut. However, Naruto would just sidestep him. Now, as soon as Sasuke sees this, he was about to go ahead and throw a kick. However, he would then feel pain in his gut. What? He looks down only to see a knee by Naruto that has been implanted into his gut. I said, you are not on my level, said Naruto. He goes ahead and knees Sasuke in the gut, sending him flying back, but he will go ahead and regain his position. Is that all? Huh. So much for being not being on your level. I guess you are all talk, said Sasuke. But once again, Naruto did not move. Hands still crossed. At this, Sasuke would just get angrier, rushing at Naruto again, trying to hit him with attacks, but the same thing would happen over and over again. Sasuke would attack, Naruto would dodge or block. Well, actually, no, not blocking. He would just dodge and just, retort the attack with one of his own and actually landing it on Sasuke. And Sasuke at this point was getting tired real quick, already feeling the effects of Naruto's hits, which were really hard compared to Sasuke's. It hurts. It hurts. Fine, said Sasuke. He goes ahead and blitzed through hand signs, making some distance away from Naruto. Fire style! At this, Kakashi widens his eyes in shock. What? But fire jutsu is not allowed for a Genin. That is definitely not on the Genin level, thought Kakashi. Fire style! Fireball jutsu! Said Sasuke, sending the ginormous fireball at Naruto. Naruto, seeing this ginormous fireball heading towards him, would just sigh. Sasuke, this is the meaning of you're not on my level. At this, Naruto would go ahead and blitz through his own hand signs, shocking everyone at the speed. Even Kakashi had a hard time keeping up with it without his Sharingan. At this, Naruto would then speak. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. At this, Naruto would shoot his own fireball, shocking everyone. What? Was the thought on Kakashi. Naruto's fireball was bigger than Sasuke's, and this will even cause Sasuke's eyes to widen. Both the fireballs will hit each other with Naruto's overpowering Sasuke. And Sasuke would just be there in shock, on his knees right now, due to the fact that, he's not been in this position in a very long time. He right now looks at the fireball heading towards him, and he begins to get flashbacks. Memories begin to fly through him, all of them. Spending his time with his family, spending time with his big brother, all the heartache, not getting his father's appreciation, working hard to get his father's appreciation, going ahead and trying to hang out with his brother, but never having the time for him, not really having much people to talk to, really always getting put as if needed to be a prince of something, and all the way till the end, he remembers his brother slaughtering everyone. Now, so that last memory, which is called Sasuke, is he now looking at the fireball would actually begin to feel tears begin to well up. This is it. I'm gonna die. I won't revive my clan. I won't kill Itachi. I'm gonna die, thought Sasuke. However, in the blink of an eye, the fireball was just gone. As right now in front of him, Kakashi was just standing there, watching this entire thing, looking at Naruto. Now, Naruto, looking at Kakashi, would just sigh. Thank you for entering the jutsu, Kakashi-sensei. To be honest, I was actually planning to do the same thing. But, thank God that you made it there first. At this, Kakashi would just nod as he then turns to Sasuke. Sasuke, unfortunately, you lost this battle. At this, Sasuke would just, could do nothing but just stare at the ground. He had lost. It was plain as day. At this, Sasuke would do nothing but just grit his teeth. As, once again, the Uchiha pride once again strikes him as he begins to go off and run. Run away, not even facing Naruto. And Naruto, looking at this, would just sigh. Nothing's even worse than getting your pride destroyed, thought Naruto. Now, at that very moment, Kakashi turned to Naruto, only to see that as he began to walk off. Kakashi-sensei, I believe you have a report to get to the Hokage. And I'd much rather that my sensei be over there early. I do want you to inform the Hokage that I apologize for the action of taking my sensei's time. Do forgive me with that. At this, Naruto began to walk away. Sakura, on the other hand, she was about to go over there and begin to speak to Naruto, about to, berate him. However, once again, she realized this is not the same Naruto. And a weird thought comes to her head, however, it does shake her. What if Naruto does that to me? What if he actually hurts me? At this will cause Sakura to be shaken. Naruto hurting her? She already saw what he did to Sasuke. So would he do that to her? Now at this, Sakura would be shaken by it. A thought of Naruto hurting her, that's something that she never thought in a million years she would even think about. But right now, that was on her mind. She didn't really treat Naruto that good. Heck, she didn't even treat him like what you call a human being back in the academy. Now this, in turn, caused Sakura to begin to reflect on herself and really wonder, what has she been doing? Kakashi just sighs. Oh my god, I have a lot to report to the Hokage. At this, he will go body flicker away, leaving the now literally leaving the now awkward training ground. Now, we're gonna go ahead and do a couple minutes. Now, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. Naruto, for the 30 minutes, went off to go ahead and get donuts. Now, at this, Naruto, whenever he, entered the donut stand, he went ahead and ordered donuts, but he would eat them in private. The donut man sort of, by the way, I don't know what to call the donut guy, but the guy at the stand already knew, that Naruto had this sort of, nice personality. Whenever no one even saw him or anything, Naruto would go full on, alright? It didn't matter, it didn't matter how awkward it is or anything. As soon as Naruto was alone, no one even watching him, he would go into this full donut relaxing eating mode. As he would go ahead and begin to eat down on his donuts really, really slow and having his time thinking, oh, donuts. He eats them back in his apartment. Same thing with ramen, by the way. Now, after having his whole donut thing and ramen, he will go ahead and close up while going off to the Forest of Death to train. Once again, seeing Anko there, who's just eating her dango, completely ignoring her, considering the fact that, well, what's the point of talking? Now, Anko Anko, who actually, saw Naruto, would actually just sigh. Now, Anko had met the kid during the week. Alright, the kid had been to the Forest of Death, and at first, she went ahead and tried to scare the kid, trying to scare him off. But however, he had this unwavering, determination to go in there, plus this calm and cool, collected tone. This in turn caused her to be intrigued and, okay enough, considering the fact she didn't really care. So she went ahead and let the kid to go off in the forest, not really caring if he died or not. However, to her shock, the kid actually returned back, and actually he returned back, well, not that being. In fact, he was pretty much okay. And each time he returned back from the Forest of Death, he would just come back, even more okay than he was before, to the point where he was pretty much untouched. Now, that actually shocked Anko, so she's been keeping a close eye on him, but either way, she's just been ignoring him after that. Still keeping a close eye, but not really having a conversation with him. Now, for Kakashi, he was having a rather awkward time, considering the fact that he was getting stared at by everyone in the Jonins in the waiting room. Well, everyone that was, in the Hokage's room, considering the fact that the report that he gave on his team was just bewildering. Wait a minute. Hold up. So you're telling me that the dead last of the academy went ahead, first of all, caught you off guard, Kakashi. Went ahead, already found out about the answer to the bell test, gone ahead, stole the bells from you anyway, went ahead and passed the entire team by himself, and beat the Rookie of the Year as if it was nothing. While also, let me add this little 2% into it. You went ahead and had to save him from a pretty high level jutsu. At this, Kakashi would just sigh. Yes, Kurenai. Now, he was not gonna lie. When he told everyone about this, everyone thought of him as if he was on something. However, once again he began to explain everything. This in turn caused everyone to be in shock. Well, I guess little Naruto-kun. I guess you guys finally found out about little Naruto-kun. Thought said Hiruzen. Now at this, all of them would then turn to him. Hokage-sama, you knew about this? Said one random Jonin. Well, of course, Naruto for the past week, after a certain incident that happened in the academy, losing to the dead last, he went ahead and took in his shinobi training seriously, said Hiruzen. Well, no joke, that kid is definitely not on the Genin level, said Asuma. Reading the report, you could obviously tell one thing. Naruto was definitely way above the standards of Genin. In fact, heck, he was on Chunin level. That was the for sure thing. And heck, if give him a month or something, he will go ahead and be on Jonin level if he wanted to. However, that she caught something that Asuma called scary. This kid has such potential. Considering the fact that during the report, he also said that Kakashi also said that Naruto went ahead and did the same jutsu as Sasuke. However, the weird thing is, it didn't seem like it didn't seem as if he already knew it. Like, it didn't seem as that. Although yeah, he was doing it pretty fast, it seemed quite forced. Like, it was as if he was doing it for the first time ever. Plus, the way he did it really fast, and the way that the ginormous fireball was, it had contained a lot of chakra. It was as if he didn't have any control. Now, Kakashi at first just thought, maybe Naruto had the Sharingan, considering the fact that could happen. The Sharingan could copy jutsus and everything, plus they go ahead and do the jutsus. However, the difference is the mastery over the jutsu. While Sasuke needed, could go pretty fast, non-forced really, and not use up that much of his chakra, Naruto had to use a pretty large amount of his chakra compared to what's really necessary, and had to go through hand signs pretty fast, and pretty rushed in fact. Now this would actually cause Asuma to speak up. Wait a minute. So you're telling me in a week, the kid already got Chunin level speed, able to do all of this stuff. Hokage-sama, if he was able to do that in a week, imagine what he could do in a month or a year. At this, Hiruzen would begin to think about it as his eyes will widen. He'll be almost... Wow, that kid could obviously be very powerful. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes Hokage in a year or something. At this, all of them would just be shocked. Of the Hokage of the village really thinks that about you. Oh, they definitely need to give the respect to this kid. Okay, but come on, Kakashi, are you really serious about this kid? I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It sounds as if he's powerful and everything, but still, it's hard to believe this, said Kurenai. Well, Kurenai, I don't really know what to tell you. The kid has skill. Heck, if he was able to catch me off guard already, and the fact that it's only been a week, stated by Hokage-sama, then what else could I prove to you then? Said Kakashi. At this will just cause all the Jonin to really consider themselves. While Kakashi, goes ahead and reads his perverted little book, causing him to give perverted giggles now and then. Much to Kurenai's displeasement. Yeah. You know what? Brett has been doing a lot for the weeks, said a voice. At this, all of them would then turn to the voice, only to reveal it being Uncle Mitarashi. Anko, what the heck are you doing here? said Hiruzen, quite confused of why the snake Konoichi is here. Well, I'm right now checking on Kurenai, she would say, looking at Kurenai, who goes ahead and sighs at her best friend's actions. Her and Anko have been best friends for a while now, and even then, she still has not gotten used to how, Anko's pretty much open to whatever she even thinks or anything. Literally, she is not afraid to do whatever she wants. I mean, whatever she wants. At this, Anko would just chuckle, as she would go ahead and turn to the Hokage. Well, speaking about the kid, during that week, he has entered the Forest of Death a total of 4 times and comes back each time nearly unscathed. And on the final day that I saw him there, he was unscathed. Not even one tint of blood on him. That was from his own. At this, all of them will go wide-eyed. What? Hiruzen will just begin to sigh. However, in his mind, he was calculating. At the now new information he knew about his blonde grandson, because this is just wow. Now we're gonna do a time skip to the next few months. Team 7 has just been doing teamwork exercises, while everyone else been just been trying to get along. Now things have sort of caused Team 7 to have a little bit of a weird relationship. Sasuke has been even more quiet and has not spoken even less than he already is. He doesn't even grunt anymore. It's sort of like he became a mute. Naruto just thinking that he has another Shino on the team, even though at least Shino talked once in a while. Sasuke, if he talked, it would either be because one, he would just because he had to respond to something, or two, he just had to call out something. However, thank God it only lasted for, 2 weeks, considering the fact that after that, he did return back to normal. However, the thing is, he became even more mute, and whenever it came to Naruto talking, he would tense up. The only person who actually even noticed this was Kakashi, and Naruto who actually noticed that. It seems like after the little matchup against Naruto, Sasuke has been shaken up. Now, for Sakura, she's been sort of weird lately. On one hand, she does fangirl over Sasuke, however, on the other hand, she's quiet and turns to Naruto most of the time, just staring at him, almost trying to study him. Now, Naruto doesn't really care, considering the fact, as long as she's not, trying to assault him or trying to do anything to him, he's good. However, he is weirded out by the way she's staring at him, almost as if she's trying to find something. Now, for the two members' thoughts. They have been a wreck. Sasuke, due to the trauma of losing to Naruto and due to the fact that he actually thought he was gonna die, has been very, very, very she's been very ashamed. And after that, it really took a real big damage on his pride. And inside his mind, he's been thinking so much of how is the blonde so strong, why is he so strong, and everything. He's been trying to follow Naruto for a while, but never, ever begins to stick around. Considering the fact that as soon as Naruto gets a doughy treat from a certain restaurant, he vanishes. And Sasuke always loses track of him. And there's been times where Sasuke actually wanted to go ask Naruto, how he gets so strong. However, once again, he was Uchiha pride, and, due to the fact of how wounded he was, he did not want to go ahead and ask him, considering the fact that would just add salt to the wound. And pretty much he's just been trying to just figure out Naruto. Sakura was actually in the pretty same position at that point. Not the pride damage. However, her, curiosity with Naruto. She has been trying to study her blonde teammate for a while, and this just gotten to the point where she just really did not understand. On one hand, this was the person that she used to insult all the time, and pretty much the person that she would describe as a problem. But now, this person completely changed from being a problem to being, she didn't really know what to call it. A friend, a teammate, a stranger. She really did not know what her relationship with Naruto was. And that caused her to really wonder, just what the heck has she been doing? Considering the fact that Naruto is obviously the strongest member of Team 7, even though she hates to admit it. She hates to admit it with all her body, to even think that Naruto is the strongest member, considering the fact that she's always been on Sasuke's side, but the facts are blatantly obvious. Sasuke couldn't beat Naruto. Naruto was able to go head to head with Kakashi. It was plain obvious. So right now she was having a hard time trying to change this mindset about Naruto while also trying to change herself. So even though she doesn't really notice it. Now, after their whole month of D-rank missions, Team 7 had become quite bored of it. Kakashi has been most of the time just been reading books and telling them the day was over. However, Naruto was having quite sick of it, but he decided that hey, the longer he's in the village, the more times he has for training. Now, right now we're gonna cut to the present. Team 7 is now entering the Hokage's office with Hiruzen in there. Now, Hiruzen, as soon as he sees Naruto, just looks at him and sighs. Ever since the report, he has not tried to talk to Naruto about it, alright? He decided that, hey, the boy, as much as he doesn't like, not knowing about the boy's skill and everything, he doesn't really want to go ahead and push it onto him and wait until Naruto tells him openly. However, Naruto, still hasn't done that yet, but still, he will respect his privacy. However, with Hiruzen, there was someone with him inside the room. There was a man with a bottle in his hand and pretty much drunk to the point where you literally could see his face all red. Huh? Who the heck are these people? Said the man. At this, Naruto, instantly smelling, the booze, would just sigh. Great, a drunk, thought Naruto. At this, Hiruzen just looks at the man and sighs. Well, this is going to be your team. Team 7, I'm here to congratulate you and inform you of your first ever C-rank mission. At this, there will be a long pause. Wait, what? Said Kakashi. At this, Hiruzen would then chuckle as he begins to explain about everything about the wave, about the mission, and the fact of why they have completed all the necessary D-rank missions. At this, Kakashi would just go ahead and pretty much, actually be at least a little bit happy, considering the fact that his team is actually one of the first to go ahead and get a C-rank mission, while the other teams are still doing the teamwork exercises, except for one, being Guy's team, which he already knew why that team already got us. He didn't even need to go into details about it. At this, every member of Team 7 was having different thoughts. Sasuke was excited to push his skill. However, he was also wondering if he could get a glimpse of Naruto's power. While Sakura was just nervous about it, but she thought, with Sasuke and Naruto, that she could handle it. Plus, with Kakashi Sensei, seems like a done deal. Tazuna, however, was just, being drunk as he goes ahead and was about to insult them all. However, Naruto cuts him off. Sir, I hope you refrain from saying those words. At this, the man would just look at Naruto. For the past month, the blonde had been training vigorously, going to the forest of death and going into more life-threatening battles. Due to that, his ability to foretell, or what you call it, observation hockey, has improved even further than it already was. Able to the point where he's gonna know what a person is gonna say, and already knows how to answer it. Plus, the fact that his mind got sharper and his muscles has increased, as well as his chakra control. Naruto has becoming fairly powerful. However, he's also beginning to learn how to use his thing, which is called Mochi, which Naruto decided to call it Kekkei, considering the fact that, considering the fact that it didn't seem like anyone else in the history has been able to do it. Naruto has read history, yes, shocking. So, Naruto really just came to that conclusion. He did want to inform the Hokage or his Gigi. However, he decided that right now it's better off that he gets control over this ability before he goes ahead and goes off spouting about it. Considering the fact that he needs to assess how dangerous it is, while also understanding its full potential. And also getting a good control over it. He doesn't want to go ahead and accidentally kill someone just by accidentally, blinking or breathing. So, he went ahead and trained with the Mochi. And he's been able to come up with very weird but powerful attacks that actually caused him to make a humongous crater in the forest of death. Flashback. Naruto was just out there, going ahead and training, doing his best, taking down beasts in life-threatening situations, giving him a handicap, in fact. He was giving himself more and more handicap, causing him to be more in life-and-death scenarios, while trying his best to fight off the monsters. This, in turn, causes his Haki abilities to begin to grow even further. His armament Haki is becoming, it's still below average, but getting closer to average. Well, what's average come to him? He's not really at the, Katakuri level yet. Now, his observation Haki, however, that thing has been doing, pretty good lately. Considering the fact the more times he goes into life-threatening situations, the more times that the observation Haki begins to go even further than it already was. Speaking about the Hakis, however, there's been another Haki that seemed to awaken. Although he doesn't really call it Haki, however, he just calls it, one of his abilities. This power, however, it's weird to him. He doesn't really understand it. But it does happen. During the times when he was at the forest, multiple beasts attacked him at once, and he was pretty much tired after fighting a bunch of them. But right now, he was right now still handicapped and tired, and pretty much he didn't have time to take off the handicap. Damn it, he would say. However, for some weird reason, the thought of him getting chewed up and everything, the thought of him dying, pissed him off. And due to that, an aura shot out of him, which shocked him actually, considering the fact that it seemed visible. Now this aura, as soon as he came into contact with the beast, they all seemed to pass out just by the pure contact of it, phasing at the mouth and everything, causing the blonde to be curious about it. Just what was that? And that was not the first time it occurred. It began to occur more and more times, to the point where he can do it on control. Just whip it out. However, he doesn't do it very often, only when it's really necessary, and when it came to weak opponents. When he's using it full out, he could go ahead and take out at least one human, or weaken them to an extent. He remembered this when a certain Ambu tried to attack him, but he finished him off. So, yeah, back to it. By the way, if you guys are wondering, how could Naruto go ahead and defeat an Ambu and all that? Well, pretty much. He caught the Ambus off guard and everything else. He got the Ambus off guard and was just able to defeat them. Pretty easy. Plus, Mizuki was not really that strong. However, when it came to Kakashi, however, he did catch Kakashi off guard, but if it were a real fight, Kakashi would just kill him. And, don't get me wrong, he did have an opportunity there, but still, Naruto is just, he's only able to win fights like that when he's caught off guard. But since the 1 month, he's not really 100% sure. He doesn't really know. So, yeah, that's something. Naruto would right now Naruto during his, training, he would then, go ahead and begin to fight off against the beast, still using the handicap, which if you guys don't know, are sealed and ways that he puts on his body, while also, began to put rules on himself, saying that, he can't use, Haki, or what he calls it, actually, you know what? He calls the armament Haki. He doesn't call the observation Haki, Haki, considering the fact he didn't really want to name it that. He just calls it his future sight. Now, at this, he will refrain himself from using his Haki and pretty much using any jutsu, just using his Mochi ability. Now, when the beasts go ahead and fight him, he was already getting pretty much exhausted and everything. However, a weird line, something would just enter his mind, a word. Mochi Gatling, he would say. At this, multiple arms made out of Mochi would then appear, and for some reason they all had armament on them, which he thought he restricted, but still. And they would all begin to pummel down into the beast, causing a large crater to form, as a bunch of rebels of destruction began to fly through the air. Now, by the end of it, a huge crater would form, all the beasts now bloodied down, beaten to the ground, and he really did not understand just what the heck was that. But he can't lie, though. He enjoyed it. Ever since then, that's been dubbed his strongest move. And he only uses it in, ever since then he has not used it, but still, he decided that he will only use it when it really came to life-threatening situations. So, ever since then, he's been careful about his abilities, plus he's also been testing it out. But yeah, that's at least improvement with his Mochi Mochi. So yeah, there's that. Flashback ends. Now, at this, Tazuna was just sighing, just thinking, well, whatever, kid. So, Hokage-sama, are these the brats that are going to protect me, he would say. At this, the Hokage would just nod, and he would then turn to Team 7. Well, due to this mission now being of the Land of Waves, you, Team 7, have been granted into it. Now, I'll go ahead and allow you to begin, said Hiruzen. At this, Kakashi would just nod and turn to his team. Alright, team, listen up. We are going to go ahead. You guys go ahead and pack up. And meet back at the front gate. At this, all the members of Team 7 would just nod, each one of them going off. And Kakashi would go off and to pack up his own stuff, with each one of them having a thought in mind. Now, Tazuna would just be escorted out by some Anbu, leaving Hiruzen alone with the papers. Now for my arch nemesis. Prepare, I will defeat you, he would say, grabbing a pen and begin to rush towards it. In his mind, it looks way cooler than it is in person, but still. Now, with this, it is the beginning of Land of the Waves. And the end of the video. Sorry, guys, but I really hope you guys do enjoy the, second part to What If Naruto Had Katakuri's powers. I'm personally enjoying it, and I think my stutter is getting better. I don't know. What do you guys think? Compared to how I used to be, I feel like my stutters are getting better. I still don't have much control over it, but still, I'm getting better, I think, and pretty much, I really hope I am. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off, but if you guys have, if you guys had any questions, I guess you could go ahead and type down in the comments. I'll go ahead, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but maybe I'll answer them, maybe I'm not. It depends on how I'm feeling. But pretty much, guys, and by the way, the question is to be, if you guys have any questions related to the video, I mean. But anyway, besides that, guys, I hope you guys do enjoy, and either way, it is Great Zage, and I'm out, and also, Happy New Year's to you all. And besides that, goodbye. Peace.